this the second or 56?
4 more raffle tickets. These tickets are $1 each or 6 for $5. You must be at least 18 years old to purchase the raffle tickets. Shortly before halftime, the number of the winning ticket will be read from the press box. If you have the winning ticket, report to the press box with that ticket and you will receive the football. All proceeds from the game ball raffle go to boys and girls athletic programs here at Valparaiso High School, as well as to scholarships for deserving Valparaiso students. Sunrise Kiwanis Club wants to thank all of you for your continued support of Valparaiso High School students and sports programs. We'd like to thank and welcome today's officials, Mr. Steve Jovanovich, Mr. Michael Kelso, Mr. Oscar Rios, Mr. Robert Cole, and Mr. Michael Spangler.
Ready, go!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise and remove your hats, face the flag at the north end of the field as we honor America with our national anthem played by the VHS band.
Welcome, PC3 sports fans. We are here tonight at beautiful Valparaiso Stadium in downtown Valparaiso, Indiana. My name is Rich Jennings, the co-director of the new PC3 network, who you will see some amazing things coming from these students in the coming weeks. I am joined in the booth tonight by Ethan Locke on color. Say hi, Ethan.
Hello, I'm Ethan here. I'm excited here to commentate the first Valpo home game.
And also joining us tonight, making us sound real good, is the great producer, Jaden Woods. Now, I will say this, that if you have an issue with any of the audio, please send it to Jaden Woods' email. Do not send it to me because I don't want to hear it. As you saw a little bit earlier, tonight was senior night here in Valpo, and Valpo is returning 27 seniors this year. That should be an interesting number for as big of a team as this is. Now, these seniors are going to be looking to continue the success of last year, coming off of that 10-2 record and a second-place finish in the Duneland. The Vikings are looking to rebound a little bit tonight, though, after the loss last week. Speaking of last week, let's go to the recap of last week's game. What do you got, Ethan?
Well, obviously last week wasn't their week for sure. They allowed 35 points in just the first half alone, and it was pretty much over after that. Besides the lone rushing touchdown by Ian Wilson, but they missed the extra point after having that 35-6. So clearly, one word for this week: redemption, and that's definitely possible.
Well, let's see we'll get a chance to see what happens. What did Hammond do last week?
Well, Hammond just knew how to play, obviously. You know, they ran all over Vikings defense. They knew what they were doing. At one point, they ran a 98 rushing touchdown by Josiah Williams, that was for Penn last week. Hammond, however, had a 30-6 against South Bend Panthers. That was a 30-6 win for them. So obviously both of these teams are coming from different situations. One did the blowout last week. The other one's just trying to get a win.
Well, as we get ready for kickoff here, it looks like Valparaiso won the toss, and that coin flip was brought to you by First Source Bank here in Valpo. As we go to the kickoff, we're going to go to the Strachan Van Til kickoff, and let's see how this works with Hammond here. See what Valpo can do tonight. They tend to rely heavily on the run, wouldn't you say, Ethan?
Oh, for sure, because last game they had over 100 rushing yards, which was definitely their plus of the game at least. So obviously they will be relying on that rushing offense.
We will get a chance here, and throughout the night you'll hear a little bit from Jaden as he gives us a little bit of stats as we update some things tonight. What's your first stat for tonight, Jaden?
My first stat for tonight would probably be just.
I put him on the spot here. we got to test him a little bit here. Here's a quick one for you. We never did the jerseys, so what jersey colors are we dealing with tonight?
We're having Valpo in green and Hammond in white.
So those of you watching, it's going to be Hammond on the right side of your screen and Valpo to receive. And here's the kick. It's going to be short, taken at about the 17, and it's muffed. It's going to be picked up at the 15. He breaks the tackle, and he's down to the 20. And he looks like he's going to be down and out of bounds at about the 24. Valpo will take over to start this game at the 24-yard line. So what are we looking at to come out here, Ethan? What are you expecting on this first drive?
Well, first of all, obviously, this is an offense ran by Ian Wilson, who last week and just about everybody else is trying to have a better offensive game here. Last game, Davis had 56 rushing yards.
I'm kind of expecting an outside run here, but let's see. As Hammond comes to the line, they're going to line up in a looks to be about a 4-3 set, kind of a nickel setup here. And there's that out wide, out to about the 32-yard line. That's about a 7-yard gain.
Well, nice run by him, of course. Found the opening, and a nice gain here. And his second and third coming up.
Yeah, we're going to call it an 8-yard gain. Looks like a 2nd and 2 here. As Valpo hurries up to the line, Hammond's going to come back out with that 4-man set, or 4-man front, I should say.
Ball
There's
snap.
a snap, and
Wilson with the run, and is swallowed up,
Yeah,
just
Wilson
like that.
gets stuffed right there by that middle of that Hammond line.
And it is third down coming up, third and short.
It looks like he lost about a yard there. I think we're looking at about 3rd and 3 here. So, 3rd and 2. I tell you, you couldn't ask for a better night tonight. It's absolutely gorgeous tonight. And Valpo's going to be right back up to the line again.
Really
Hammond again with that 4-man front. There's the snap, handoff. We're going to run right, and he's going to be stuffed.
And there's that really good Hammond Central defense.
Yeah, they're looking very strong up front here. So we're going to move to 4th and 1 here as we open up this opening drive. You're looking at 4th and 1, and yeah, it kind of stinks to go 3 and out, but let's see what they do. They could be debating here.
Could be a chance they go for it.
Are they going to go for it? And referee's blowing a whistle here. Let's see. I think we've got a timeout here. Can't tell what he called. Oh, sideline warning against Hammond. Yep, sideline warning against Hammond. Yeah, they're getting a little antsy.
Here we go, 4th down and
Here we go.
1.
Yep, Valpo's going to go ahead and go for it. There's the snap.
It's another run.
And
he's
the
got
run
the first
up
down
middle.
and many
He's
more.
break left.
And here
he's
goes.
Down to the 50.
Down to
the
the
45,
50,
the 40,
and
the 35, and out at
bounds.
about the 32-yard line.
What a good run.
That was an incredible run. Incredible run off the left side.
That was by Davis, which obviously last game he had an average of 3.3 yards per carry. But that run right there definitely got the crowd up and going here. And possibly the Valpo offense.
That's the one that's going to jump that average up a bit. That's a little bit more than 3.3 there.
Tonight, probably.
All right, here we go. They're going to be back up to the line. Valpo is not taking too much time to think about their plays, boy. They're running up right up to that line. There's another handoff.
Here's another run.
Oh,
It's by
he's
Ian
going to pull
Wilson.
it back on the option, and he's going to get down to about the 20-yard line. That's going to be gain of about 8 there. And it's going to be another first down for Valpo.
And this is what we were talking about earlier here. They had over 100 rushing yards last game, so obviously Hammond Central is just going to have to look out for that here tonight.
Valpo seems to know, they seem to have a pretty good game plan as to what they're trying to do here. They have that little pistol set up with the running back just to the right of the quarterback. Let's see what we're going to do. Oh, it's going to be a pass.
Pass.
And
caught.
it's caught. It's caught at about the 13.
And spins out of the tackle there for a second.
Yep, and he's dropped it about the 11-yard line for another Valparaiso first down.
And obviously on this first possession, it's just so much better than last game already. Seems to be on a better drive here.
And that is my mistake. They're actually calling him out at the, looks like the 12-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
But still, what the plays they've been doing all tonight so far, looking good for that Valpo offense so far.
There's that pistol set up again. It's going to be an option. He's going to give it to the halfback off the right side.
Davis
cuts back.
Cuts open.
And he's in for the touchdown for the Valparaiso Vikings.
First touchdown of the year for Davis.
First touchdown for Davis, like Ethan said there, and a really nice run. Breaks about 2-3 tackles there on his way into the end zone.
Can we just talk about that drive by Valpo, though? Seems like just like that, they were down the field. All set up by that Davis run, and then the run by Davis right now, and Valpo up 6-0.
Yeah, things were looking a little rough early when it was 4th and 1, but Valpo seemed to figure things out pretty quick there. And we're going to try for the extra point here. And
last week
we've got the snap, the kick, and we've got a whistle. Looks like it's offsides on, yes, it's going to be offsides on Hammond Central. Let's see what they choose to do here.
Now, Ethan, as you said, redemption is definitely in the looks right now, and they're definitely proving that with that rush right there. That was an incredible play.
Yes,
for sure. They just got to stay humble throughout the game. It's definitely not over. We just got started, so obviously throughout the game, they got to prove more than that. Obviously, this first drive was great, but they got to do more than just this.
There's a kick, and I think we're offsides again. It looked like the outside man on the line there came across a little too early. Yep. That's going to be offsides on Hammond.
At this point, you start
So are we going to kick it a third time?
and at this point, you start to ask if you maybe go for 2 here.
Yep, as you get closer.
Well, here comes
they're
Ian Wilson.
It's a wholesale changes
There they
here.
go. We just saw Ian Wilson run on the field there, and everybody else did. So it's looking possible for a 2-point conversion. And they will.
All right, let's see what they're in that short pistol going from the 1. There's a handoff up the middle, and it's a 2-point conversion for Valpo, making it 8-0 to start off this home season for Valparaiso.
What a nice first drive by these Vikings.
Yeah, they pretty much, Hammond kind of gave them that 2-point conversion there with the multiple
All the calls.
offsides. What we have to do is we have to watch if this is how Hammond is going to play throughout the entire game. If they're going to be that undisciplined, it could be a rough night for Hammond tonight.
Oh, for sure.
And so Valparaiso is going to come out and get ready to kick off here to Hammond. And as we do, we're going to look at the fact that Valpo is going to take the field for defense for the first time. And what do we got looking with Valparaiso's defense here?
Well, someone to look out for is definitely number 37, Alex Rodriguez. He picked up the most tackles on the team with 5. I can't say he got any sacks, but he was definitely a menace on the defense.
All right. So there we go. The producer extraordinaire there coming up with our defensive stats here. And don't forget to check out, as you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to give us some comments below and let us know what you think. As these kids are really trying to do something special here at the Porter County Career Center. And okay, so Valparaiso is going to kick off from the 40 here on the right hash. They're going to go from left to right on your screen. And let's see what Hammond can do with this ball. Here we go on the kick. Kick is up, and it's going to be taken at about the 16 and fumbled out of bounds at the 19.
Went through his hands, but out of bounds, obviously.
So Hammond is going to take over at the 19-yard line. So what are we looking at for Hammond's offense tonight?
Well, first of all, Hammond's offense was out of this world last game against South Bend. So when we look at the stats here, Bernie, the quarterback, had 146 passing yards and 1 touchdown, 2 there. And you also talk about Harrington and Woods, who added 2 and 1 touchdown respectively. So obviously, look out for them. Also, look out for Deshaun Woods, 121 yards on 11 carries.
Oh, there's a fumble. Looked to be on the snap, and he's going to be dropped at about the, I think forward progress is going to drop him at the 5. Yep. Oh, no, they're going to say 6. So, wow, we're already starting out tonight, Hammond, with some major mistakes here as we started going here.
You start to think maybe the Vikings' home field advantage is helping them here.
You know, start out with senior night tonight, and Valpo looks like they've come to play tonight. So it's going to be 2nd and 23 as Hammond is going to try and go from about the 6-yard line. There's the snap to the back. He's going to cut back and be dropped at a 5. Couldn't really go anywhere on that handoff as the Valpo line just kind of stuffed him right there at the line.
And it is 3rd and very long for Hammond Central.
Yep, it's going to be, look to be around 3rd and 23 here from the Valparaiso, or from the Hammond 5.
3rd and 23 for Hammond Central.
There you hear the voice of the Valparaiso Vikings, the PA announcer. And here we go. Valpo's out with a 4-man front here. There's a snap. He's going to throw it from
Pass
the 1,
is caught.
and he's picked up at
And there he goes, getting some yards, and is
he got
dropped
some yardage
around
there.
the 18, maybe the 17-yard line.
Caught it at about the 9, and looks to be that he got about maybe 10 more yards off of after the catch.
I'd say so.
And so we're going to be what? 4th and 12
The
here.
ball is on the 17-yard line. Regardless, it is 4th and long.
Yep, 4th and 12 here for Hammond, and we're going to go off from the 18-yard line. Let's see what they choose to do. And set back for the punt. Kind of a high snap, but it's taken. Pointed down and taken at the 48-yard line. It's going to be returned to the 45.
Puts a
Step
move
back
on him.
at the 40.
And here he
And
goes.
he's going to be out at about the 32.
So here comes the Valpo offense once again, led by Ian Wilson and Davis.
So Valpo's going to take over at the, let's see, at the Hammond 32-yard line here.
With really good field position.
Now, where are we thinking? We think we're going to continue to run with that pistol set off the right side here?
Well, I think if the rushing offense attack works, I'd say why not? But it's up to Hammond Central to stop that.
Wow, they're
That
1 for
rushing
1 on the
offense.
passing, though.
That is true. But they've been mostly on the rushing tonight, of
Yeah.
course.
I would say that the oh,
Wilson?
and look, what I tell you, there's that pass,
Wilson,
and he's going
long
deep,
pass
and it
is
is
nearly picked
it is
off.
dropped in the end zone
Looked
after
like
it
two
tipped,
defenders had it there.
and he got tipped. It got tipped at about the 2.
So a big breath of air.
I thought
for Valpo.
after that tip that he was going to come up with it. It looked like he might actually catch it in the end zone.
It definitely looked close, but with those two defenders right by him, it was scary. I thought he was about to be pecked off by one of them.
I thought Hammond was going to pull that one down. Yeah, see, in a game like this, the way Hammond has started, you really need to pull down those interceptions when you get them. So we're going to go again at 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line. And they're back in that pistol set with the running back on the left side this time. And it's going to be an option. He's going to go off the left side. He's going to break the first tackle and be dropped at about the 28-yard line. A gain of about 5.
And we make that a 3rd down coming up.
And so we're third and about 5 here. So what are we thinking?
Well, I was thinking, especially since you have really good field position, why not go for a pass here? Obviously, the rushing attack is working well, but Hammond Central obviously is going to catch on eventually, so you're better off just maybe going for a pass here, as it almost worked there with that touchdown.
Yeah, well, let's see here. We're in that pistol set again.
So here's 3rd down.
And it's going to be another
There's
option
a
right
run
up the
here.
gut, and
That's
he's going to
from
be
Davis.
dropped at the 24-yard line.
It's close. I don't
No,
think
he
he
looks
got
like
it.
he's about a yard short by my thoughts.
Yeah. Looked close there
And
for a
they're
second,
gonna hurry
but
up
it
to
is
the
a
line.
4th down. And they're going for
They're
4th
not
down
letting
here.
Hammond get set.
So far, they are 1 for 1 so far here. It's a
And
run
up
by
the middle,
Wilson.
and it's going to be a
It's a
first
first.
down.
And
And
still,
he's still going. He's
Ca-
pushing the entire line
He's
there.
carrying the pile with him there.
So that's how he's going to be dropped at about the 16-yard line.
This rushing attack here tonight is definitely something here for the Vikings.
We're going to call that 17. They must have thought that his knee went down. Although it's hard to tell when you got a massive humanity like that pushing you through. All right, here we go. It's going to be first down from the 17-yard line. And runner in motion. The fake jet sweep.
There's a run.
Up the middle.
And there he
cut
goes.
back, and he's going to be he cuts back, and he's dropped on the left side at the 8-yard line for a gain of about 9 yards.
That was Jacob Clardy on that run.
That's a nice run. Looks like he's got a bit of power to him on that run there. So we're looking at about a second or maybe 1.5 right
Yeah.
in there from the 9-yard line.
So it is 2nd and 1 here. Wilson?
And we're going to take the option
he's gonna
right.
run
He's
it.
going to keep it himself
And
and take the first down
Around
and
the 2,
dropped it about
maybe
the 2.
to 3-yard line for a 1st and goal coming up.
First and goal coming up for the Valparaiso Vikings.
So far in the red zone, they are 1 for 1 on that Davis run. Here to go 2 and 2 here to begin the night.
Valparaiso's got to be pretty happy with the start of this game so far.
Oh yeah, and especially after last week's game, I definitely would be as well. They only scored 6. That was in the 4th
There's
quarter.
a high snap
There's a
and a
run.
handoff, and it's another
Clardy for the
touchdown for the
touchdown.
Valparaiso Vikings.
That was Clardy. He had that one rush for 9 yards a little bit ago. And Valpo up 14-0 here to begin this game.
Let's see if Hammond could stay on side this time and let the kick finally get off.
Well, we'll just have to find out here.
This Hammond defense doesn't look like they can stop this Valpo running attack.
They really don't. They got to look out, and especially if Valpo's going to pull out people like Clardy and Davis, which has been working here so far.
Here's the snap. The kick is up and good.
It's good. Make that 15 to nothing
And it
now.
is now, yes, 15 to
With
nothing.
4 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Now, already 15 to nothing with 4 minutes left in this quarter. Man, that puts a lot of pressure on this Hammond offense to see what they can do. Jaden, what do you think here?
Someone really to look out for is number 9, Brandon Burney. He had 146 passing yards on 53% composition. He's definitely someone to be looking out for here for the Hammond offense.
All right. Well, we'll have to take a look and see if they can get these snaps down. They might be able to have a chance to pass.
You got a good point there.
Hammond Central looking to score their first points of the night here.
Jackson Top will kick off for the Vikings. Deep for Hammond, Jordan Woods, and Deshaun Woods.
The
Just
Woods
heard.
brothers deep to return here. And let's see. Valpo chooses to go from that right hash again. See where this goes and see if they go for that corner kick like they did last time. They didn't seem to handle that kickoff real well last time, so we'll see. See if he can handle it cleanly this time. And here we go. Kicker in motion. The kick is up. And it's again for that corner, and he muffed it again at the 12-yard line.
Drop.
He's going to cut back to the
But
10.
here he goes. Finds an opening there
and
for second and gets dropped on the
He's
15.
going to be dropped at right about the 14-yard line. So Hammond's going to take over at the Hammond 14-yard line here. Looking to see if they can get something going. They are really having a hard time holding on to this ball tonight.
And Deshaun Woods, last time they played, actually had 121 rushing yards, averaging 11, so he played really well. Hopefully he can get his hands back in the second quarter, or hopefully this possession.
That's number 3
Yes.
on Hammond.
Yes, that'd be number 3.
Okay.
And
Get a
look
little
out.
confused with the 2 Woods.
Well, definitely. Well, one's a receiver, the other one is a running back, and that reminds me, Jordan Woods had 138 receiving yards.
Oh, he's going to
averaging
drop back
19.
to passer, going
Long
deep.
pass
And
is
it's well
short.
underthrown
But a
here.
flag is thrown
I
here.
think we're going to call defensive holding, maybe pass interference.
That definitely seems likely. It looks like he was getting held on there.
I don't
By
think
a Viking.
Valpo. Yeah, I don't think Valpo gave him the ability to come back to that ball. Let's see what they're calling here. And they're gonna meet, and they're gonna have a nice little officials huddle at the 20-yard line.
So going back to Jordan Woods, he had a lone touchdown for 138 yards on 7 receptions. If this Hammond Central offense can get going, he might just be the player to look out for.
Okay.
I mean, tonight we've got 3 Woods here.
Oh, we're gonna have offsetting penalties as he's calling ineligible man downfield and an eligible man downfield, and then pass interference on Valpo. So that's going to be offsetting penalties. We're going to replay that down.
Penalties are offsetting.
And going back,
And while Hammond's walking that back, what are we looking at on penalties? Who sponsors the penalties this year?
penalties here. It's presented by OTT Law. So going back here real quick to your Woods statement here. You're right, there's 3 Woods.
And he's looking to pass, but he's gonna pull it down and
He's
run.
running.
He's down. He's gonna cut
Flag
back.
is thrown though here.
That I think is going to be an illegal block in the back on number 3.
Definitely seems likely.
I think, and that's number 3 is Deshaun Woods. Let's see what they call here. It could be a first down for Hammond, but yep, it's going to be on Hammond. Hammond just continues to shoot herself in the foot. It's going to be holding. It's going to be holding on Hammond, and it's going to be, they're going to push him back. And so now we're going to go from looks like they're going to spot the ball at about the 21-yard line. So it's going to be first and about 4 yards.
Looks like around the 21-yard line.
So if Hammond can figure out how to stop these penalties and these these mistakes of fumbling the ball, they've actually got a good chance to stay in this game. That was a really good run, but
They do, but they also got to stop that Valpo run game, though, which has also been running them over here tonight.
we're not going to talk about the blitz.
Speaking of that, here's a run by Hammond Central.
That's a nice draw right there. Nice delayed draw, and he's going to take the first down to the 28-yard line. Well, maybe 29. Nope, 28. So we're at the 28-yard line for Valpo. Let's see if Valpo can stop this running game. They've been gashed up the middle a few times here. Like I said, if Hammond can stop, shooting themselves in the foot with these mistakes, they've got a shot to come back in this game.
So here's a first down.
Look to
Hammond
pass
Central.
again. He's got nowhere to go. He's
going
gonna
out of
scramble
pressure,
out, and
he's going to get sandwiched.
He's going to get dropped at the 23-yard line.
And that was by two Valpo defenders.
That's going to go for about a 4-yard sack. I didn't catch the number on that Valpo defender, but that was kind of one of those where you kind of pick that whole right side of left side of the line there.
That's never good to see. Number 9 limping off the field. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he can get back in the game.
So we're at 2nd and 14 from the 24-yard line. And again, there's that mistake as they start to get a drive going. Here comes the mistake again.
Number 9 was Bernie, and you brought him up earlier as a player to watch out for.
Yeah, that could be a and they're going to call timeout. My guess is they were expecting him to to be in that next play, and now that can't happen.
If you didn't hear that, there was a timeout by Hammond Central.
Bozak Kia, a proud supporter of Valparaiso High School, is accelerating the good.
There you hear the like I said, the silky tones of the PA announcer there. And we were literally just going to say that Bozak Motors is a proud sponsor of the timeouts here. Take a timeout to visit Bozak and get yourself a nice little car there. All right, let's see what Hammond decides to do coming out here. They got to kind of change some things up. They got to get themselves in under control here.
Now, lucky for Hammond, it's still very early in the game. Just take a breather. Now, obviously, I know you're down by 15 here, but just calm, recollect yourself, and get it here on this next play. You're on 2nd and 14.
So just a bit of a game recap here for those of you that are wondering. It is first quarter with 3:06 left in the game. With left in the quarter, sorry, this game would have gone incredibly fast. It is 15-0 Valpo, and we've got Hammond at 2nd and 14. And here we go. Start from the line. They're going to start that shotgun again. Let's see what we're looking at here. Oh,
Here's the snap.
There's the fake, and
He's getting swallowed up here.
Oh, that's a nice
escapes
cutback.
that, though.
Nice
and there he
cutback,
goes,
and he
running
breaks
down that
away. He's down to the
sideline,
50.
and he's gone. There he goes. Still on his feet.
Dropped from
and
behind.
Finally gets down at around the 35. What a run.
Jordan Woods carried the ball.
That was Jordan Woods.
There's
Player
that other
we were
Woods.
looking out for there, as mentioned earlier.
Yep, there's that other Woods that we talked about earlier, and it's going to be a penalty, and it's going to be coming back.
Oh, those penalties
There's
keep
another
killing
penalty for
Hammond
Hammond.
Central. Those penalties just keep killing Hammond Central here. They get a big momentum play, and then they're going right back.
Personal foul looked like a legal block in the back, I think is what they were calling. Either that or a chop block. I couldn't quite see what he said there. Really going to hurt Hammond. Not only does it wipe that run off the board, but it's really going to set them back on a personal foul like that. It's going to be.
They're going all the way back at around the 12, looks like.
Yep, looks like they're going to start. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a 13. So we're going to start at the 13, and it's going to be 2nd and 25 from the 13-yard line for Hammond.
So all of a sudden, that big run means nothing here at a 2nd and 25. With less than 3 minutes here to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a snap. He's looking to pass it on a
Pass.
quick. Yeah.
It was behind him, but couldn't catch it.
Tried
It's
a
third
little
down.
quick button hook pass there, and it was behind him. Couldn't come up with it.
Brandon Bernie's pass was intended to Matthew King, incomplete.
So Bernie's obviously back in the game. He just threw that one.
Well, that's good to know. Obviously, you want all your players playing, of course, and We're all having fun out here. Definitely don't want to see nobody hurt, especially early on in the season.
It's going to be 3rd and 25 from the 13-yard line for Hammond. And Hammond just really looks, look at their demeanor out there. They just look kind of defeated at this point. Just trying to figure out what to do. He's going to
Trying to look for an answer here.
He's
Long pass, and it's picked off.
Picked off at the
and
31.
there he goes, down to the 20,
and the return
the 10,
is going to be
and cross
a
over
cut
the
back
defender.
in.
He's gone.
Touchdown, Valparaiso Vikings.
Tyler Verschure, the defensive back.
For sure,
And it is a 21-0 game here with about 2.5 minutes left here in the first. What a play.
You knew Hammond had to try something. They had, I mean, they were so far back. They had to try something, and Valpo was just sitting there ready for him.
You look back on that play, he was guarded by 2 people.
Yeah, that was a bit of a rough call. I don't think that he ever took his eye off him. I think he made his decision right from the beginning, and didn't even notice it. You know, not only was it underthrown, but he threw it into double coverage. And
very not great.
Not
pass
advisable.
there.
Not advisable, especially when you're looking at 3rd and 25, where Valpo knows that you're going to be running.
And definitely not a play you want to do when you're down already by 2 possessions. But now it is 3 possessions.
Yeah. Now you're down by 3. Valpo's going to go for another extra point here to try and make it 22-0. And here's the snap. The kick is up, and it's good.
Make it 22-0 here with 2:28 left. What a first quarter by these Vikings.
Valparaiso has come to play tonight on senior night. It is quite obvious that they came in with a game plan, and when you look at the way that these teams came into this game, you had Hammond, who came off a win last week and was looking, I'm sure they were looking pretty confident. Valparaiso took it on the chin to Penn. Now Penn usually has a pretty tough team. They're usually pretty tough every year. So, it's still a little early to kind of make that as your MO for the season. So, Valpo was looking to snap back here pretty quick, and they seem to have done it. Very quickly have snapped back and try to erase that 0-1 record here.
Well, Hammond Central was coming off of momentum for that 30-6 win over South Bend.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it is a 22-0 game here in the first for the Vikings.
All right, so Woods is back. Both Woods are back again.
The Wood brothers.
Let's see if they go back to this corner. They've had success twice going to this corner where he's fumbled the ball both times. Let's see if they come back down here to the corner. It looks like Jordan Woods down here. And the kick is up. And kind of this corner again. Oh, he catches it at the 10. He's going to cut back at the 15. And little stutter step, and he's going to get dropped. 15. He's going to get dropped at the 15 on the far side.
Hammond Central looking to score here and not do a turnover or change of possession.
Yep, Hammond Central's going to start here at the 15. They've really got a rebound here. They've really got to come up with a drive here. Let's see if they try and do that run up the middle with the quarterback again that got him, what would have been, probably about a 35-yard gain if it wasn't going to be brought back for the penalty.
And it's not like they're able to. They had those big runs, but they just, every time they get a good run, it's a penalty against them.
Yep.
So they ultimately do it to themselves.
And here we go. With 2:22 left, Hammond's going to start at the 15. And a nice cutback.
There's a run.
There's that run
There's
up the
the
middle.
run they needed.
And he's going to be dropped at about the 31-yard line. That was a big run, big 16-yard run there.
Well, that's what they really need to get out of that red zone on the other end. They definitely want to create some more space for them.
Well, let's see if Hammond could string together a couple plays here, trying to give themselves just a little bit of momentum. As I hate to keep stressing on it, but it's just been a really rough start for Hammond.
Well, they've been really shaky here, so we'll see if anything changes here in the next three quarters.
And we're going to go off the right tackle, and he cuts back and gets about a yard. Yep.
Makes that 2nd and 9 here coming up.
So it's going to be 2nd and 9 from about the 30 for Hammond. My guess is, I bet you they're going to pull out a pass here. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, let's go back to the interception real quick by Verschure. It looked like he had it secured, it's safe to say. He had the eye on his ball the entire time, and he was off just like that.
Yes. No, he was on that right from the beginning. He was reading that literally from the beginning there. So we're resetting the chains here, and we're going to go from the 35, second and 5.
I also wanted to bring a little bit more attention to that interception. Tyler Verschure last game led the offense in all-purpose yards.
So he's dual purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another run up the middle, but it's going nowhere as he gets
That was
stuffed.
Harrington.
Stood up at the line of scrimmage.
Hardigan right there at the line. He was going nowhere on that one. Valpo was not letting him get through that line.
And it is third down.
Yeah, so now we're going to be looking at 3rd and 5. As you
If you're just joining us, it's 22-0 here. Valpo and Hammond Central trying to get something here going for them.
So it's 3rd and 4 at the Hammond 36. Let's see if Hammond can string something together here. They had a big run to start it off, and then it just kind of faded out there. Oh, there's that pass.
Here's Bernie.
And he's
Tries to escape,
got
but
nowhere
he's
to go.
gone.
At 77 just dropped him with a nice sack.
He fell down just like that. And it is.
I'm sorry, that's 37, not 77. That was 37. And with a really nice shoot through the gap by Alex Rodriguez. And there's another name that Jaden brought up to us at the beginning of the game, watching that Alex Rodriguez.
Yes, Alex Rodriguez is definitely someone to look forward to watching on the defensive end.
I just did. He just did it.
He did just do it.
I think we all saw it.
Proving the stats right.
I think we all just saw that right there. I think so.
Yep, I think Alex is proving Jaden right here.
Here we go here.
Let's see. We got 3rd and 10. And
It's a
it's
run?
going to be run up the gut. Well, okay, we're going to push the pile.
Still
here.
going, but he's down.
Okay, he's going to
Short
drop
of
it
that
about
first down marker, and it's 4th down.
He's going to drop it about the 38-yard. So we're looking at about 4th and 2 here.
Looks like it'll probably run out the corner, and it will.
Yep.
22-0
And that's
here.
going to be the end of the quarter. And we will be back in just a second as a recap. It is 22-0 Valparaiso as we end the first quarter on senior night here in Valpo. And we are back, and we're going to start it here with Hammond at the 37-yard line as they switch sides. Hopefully you enjoyed the break and got yourself a little something to drink as we're going to start this second half and see if Hammond can turn things around here a little bit. They're going to start in that shotgun.
You're at a 4th down and 2.
And it's
Here
going to be
is
a jet
run.
sweep.
And
And now he's still about 2 yards short.
short.
And that one's going to
Turnover on downs.
That is going to be a turnover on downs. And really nice play by Valpo there.
And they have amazing field position here to start out this possession.
As a change of possession comes up and we look at the fact that we're changing the field and we're reversing this field, you have to think maybe go visit Remax Realtor so you can change your field a little bit and see if we can get you in a new home over at Remax Realtors. And here we go, Valpo to start the possession here at the 37-yard line of Hammond.
After that turnover on downs play by this Valpo defense, which has been very impressive here tonight here so far with an interception.
Oh, and it's going to be play
And
action,
Wilson
roll
throws
right.
it. It's
Oh,
picked off
intercepted.
just like that.
And it's going
And
to
there
be
he
brought
goes.
back. He's
Still on his
going.
feet. And it's down around the 41.
And there's that Jordan Woods again.
And just like that, it is Hammond Central ball. What a good defensive play by Woods.
Jordan,
Definitely the play they needed here.
yes, that could be a nice momentum boost for Hammond as Jordan Woods coming up big again.
The only question here, can they capitalize on this though?
The Woods brothers have definitely been very productive and fun to watch tonight. I'm sure their coach had some words to exchange with all of them. They do look a little bit more chipper.
Now here's the thing. You know, I sit here and look at this, and well, you know what? I might have to hold off on that as Hammond's coming out to the line to start this next play from the 44-yard line. And so I've got a little bit of insight on this, Ethan. You're going to have to bear with me here in just a second after this play is over, because I'm beginning to wonder, because, you know, Jaden keeps really throwing out some really good stats that continue to show up. But I think we've been duped.
Flag was thrown there.
Yeah. What's he going to call?
And it looks like it's
That's
against
going to be a
Valpo.
timeout. Oh, perfect.
Oh, timeout.
This is a perfect opportunity for me to question your integrity, sir. Have you not noticed? He's given us stats all night long of, let me say, Jordan Woods and Deshaun Woods hitting hard and doing really well for Hammond. And he called it at the beginning of the game that this was going to be a really good game for them. Now, for those of you that were paying attention at home, I told you, our great producer's name happens to be Jaden Woods. Now, I'm thinking inside information, and I call a rat.
It may not be a rat, but it is definitely a funny coincidence.
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think you're lying to us.
Well, earlier he did say there were 3 Woods, like I was
I
going to say
did.
earlier, and we had a Wood sitting right next to us here.
There it is.
3 Woods here, 2 on the field and 1 in the stands. I also want to bring a little bit more attention to how truly beautiful tonight is. The crowd is
We're
so
beautiful
active.
too.
Yes, we're beautiful too.
Okay, so
Oh, here we go here. On
Hammond's
first
going to
down.
start off first down here.
Here
He's
comes
going to roll left,
Woods,
and he's got
getting it swallowed
nowhere
up
to
here.
go. He
There's
gets it
the
off.
throw. Pass is
And
caught.
it's caught by
And there he
20
goes.
at the 35, and he's going to be dropped at the 19.
What a throw.
Wow. He
By
was
Woods.
under fire.
Jordan
Whoa,
Woods.
wait a minute. We've got a penalty on the field.
Uh-oh. And if it's
There is a flag. And my guess, it's going to be a legal man downfield by Hammond. Another big
once
game.
again, they were right there. They had the perfect play. You know, you start to kind of wonder with all these good plays that keep getting called off, you start to wonder how different you think this game would be right now.
That's just another big game that just they continue to just shoot themselves in the foot. Oh. Because that was a really good play. It was a really good scramble, and was able to get his foot planted and throw. And yeah, the second, I should say, really big gain by Hammond. Well, let's see if they can rebound here. So now we're looking at 1st and 15
At the 39.
at the 39-yard line.
Person that caught that ball would be number 20, and personally I can't find any stats on him
I couldn't
for
either.
the last game, but that was definitely a very impressive catch.
But a more impressive throw there by Jordan Woods. 3 defenders.
Oh, that one's
Another
going to be a
flag.
false start. I actually saw that one. Looked like the left side of the line.
But going back to what I was saying, though, Jordan Woods on that impressive throw to number 20. 3 Valpo defenders for Bio.
Oh, they're going to call delay a game. Okay.
And they keep going back.
Yep, that's 5 more yards back.
It's 1st and 20.
Yeah. First
Now-
and 20 from the 31-yard line. No, I'm sorry, from the
34.
34-yard line. Looked over at the scoreboard and got it.
So it's 1st and long here. Here comes
Snap
Burnley.
back. There's
Pass
a
is caught.
flat. Yep, pass on the flat. Oh, he's still
Still
fighting.
up?
Still fighting.
It's
He's going to be
finally
dropped at the
down.
46. That's going to be a gain of about
Deshaun
12.
Woods.
Oh, there's a shocker. It's a Woods.
Who would have ever knew?
Yeah, Deshaun Woods was very impressive on that run, breaking multiple tackles.
Did you say who would have known?
I did.
That would be a Woods.
We
that would
just
probably
covered that.
know.
That was Jaden
Yeah.
that knew. All right, we're gonna go here from it's 2nd and 8 from the 46-yard line. Hammond's gonna sit back in that not quite a shotgun, more of an abbreviated pistol offense.
Here is a
And-
run.
Oh, he broke
By
free.
Harrington.
I thought he was
There he
dropped.
goes. Admit center field.
Uh-oh, here comes another
Flag.
penalty. And that was a nice run of about 5, maybe 6 yards.
He was down right at the 50.
But let's see what they call. They're going to call the penalty at the 45. And it looks like it, let's see. Legal block in the back is my guess. And
Another penalty
penalty.
called on Hammond Central.
you know, the law office of Ott Law tonight has got to be really happy as there's another penalty brought to you by Ott Law. When you get yourself in trouble, go see Ott Law, and hopefully they can help you out a little bit better than Hammond's helping themselves here tonight. All right, here we go. It's going to be 2nd and 19 from the 35. Hammond's going to try again.
Looking for that big momentum play here.
Yeah.
They've been getting it, but every time it's a flag on them. Passes.
Oh, that one's going to be broken up at about the 44-yard line. I was waiting to see if they were going to call him for hitting him a little early. But
That's what I was waiting for. That's why I paused. I was like, call?
Yeah, I thought
No
for
call.
sure that was
So
going to be a
3rd and
penalty,
19.
but that's all right. So, yep, so it's going to be a pass breakup, and it's going to be 3rd and 19 from the Hammond 35. And you know what? This Viking defense is really helping their offense right now. It's giving them an opportunity to kind of rest a little bit and not have to come on so dang fast. All right, here
The
we
way
go.
they've been playing here tonight.
We
they've
got
been playing
4 receivers
really
out. We're
good
going to
here.
drop back to pass, and he's going to
Here
throw it
is a
deep, and
pass,
there
and
is
no
nobody
one there.
Kind of
That's-
seemed like he was aiming for the referee there.
Yeah.
I believe he was aiming for Casper.
Well,
And then 4th down and long.
seemed to be a bit of a miscommunication there. I think somebody
It
ran
most
the wrong
likely
route.
was.
Yeah. The Woods seemed to be expecting a completely different route there. But, all right, so Hammond is now 4th and 19 from the 35, and they're going to set up the punt here. Now, who is that deep for Valpo? I can't see that number.
That would be Tyler Verschure and the other one I cannot
We've
tell
already
either.
seen what Verschure can do with the ball.
And
when
he can
gets it
sure
in his
do his
hand.
job.
He's going to come
Here
up and
is
he's going to catch it at the 38.
He
He's going to
catches it
cut
here.
back and he's going to be downed at the Hammond
I'd say
49.
49, 48.
And here comes a flag. Somebody said something, I think.
I definitely heard
It's
something.
well behind the play.
I definitely heard something.
Let's see what he says here. I think you're going to end up seeing a personal foul on sportsmanlike conduct is my guess. Because usually from way behind the line like that, you don't see it. Personal foul on, there's your personal foul on Hammond. And that's going to push the ball up even farther, another 15 yards for Valpo.
And once again, great field position.
And once again, Ott Law is our sponsor for the penalties tonight. I think when Ott Law, signed on, I really don't think that they thought that their name was going to be mentioned this much.
Definitely not, but
Well, with all the penalties.
good representation.
That's it.
Well, with all the penalties getting called here against Hammond Central, so no wonder. Regardless, it's 1st down at the 34 for Valpo.
Okay, here we go. They're going to run the option. It's going to
Here
be a quarterback
comes
keeper off the
Wilson.
left side. Cuts
Still
it
on
back.
his feet. And down around the 24, maybe the 25.
Yeah, yes, he did. Right at about the 24-yard line. And that's going to be another Valparaiso 1st down.
And can we just talk about Valpo moving the chains here, especially here in this game? We really didn't see a lot of that in last game, and here is the perfect opportunity for them.
Another option. This
Here's
time
the
he gives
run.
it to the running back, who's going to be.
Sorry.
Oh, he got loose!
For the
And it's going to be
touchdown.
another Valparaiso
How about that
Viking
for an
touchdown.
Wow.
Making-
Travis Davis looked like
Making
he
it
was down there.
22-0 pending the extra point. Thought for sure he was getting dropped there and somehow scooted loose a la Barry Sanders back in the day.
That's the perfect description there. That's his second rushing touchdown of the night.
He's definitely been sensational tonight.
Looking like, dare I even say, player of the game here so far.
The kicker seems to think that they are short-handed out there, and I believe they are. I think they've only got 10 men on the field for Valpo. He's yelling for him to get a man on the field.
28-0 here.
And here he comes. And I think we're going to have a timeout by Valpo to get the extra man on the field. I'm sure the coaches aren't going to be too happy about that one. You don't like wasting a timeout when it's, people not ready to go in the game. But
Once again, here's the new winning number.
but seems to be okay for Valpo as we are 9:12 left in this quarter. I keep trying to get this game over with early. 9:12 left in the second quarter, and it is 28-0 Valpo. Looking to make it 29.
How about this Viking offense to begin the game here?
We said at the beginning of the game that this Viking offense was going to look to run the ball. It really, what you've got here is a team that is really gone right through that game plan. That's all they've done is continue to just run the ball.
And the way they've been scoring here, you kind of wonder where was that last game, but regardless,
Yeah.
28-0 here. Could be 29-0.
Well, we'll wait to see a little bit later on in the season as some of these games play out, see how good of a defense Penn actually has. And the kick is up, and
It's
it looks
good.
like it's good. So it's going to be 29-0 Valpo right now with 9:12 left in the second quarter. Here at beautiful Viking Stadium. I'm going to take this opportunity to, I got to tell you, it has been a privilege to get the opportunity to come over here to PC3, the new PC3, as big changes are happening over at Porter County Career Center in the radio TV program. And it has been an actual privilege to be asked to come over here and help out this program a little bit. And you guys will hear me tonight, but going forward, you probably won't hear me too much because I'm really starting to think that my two friends here have this pretty well in hand.
Don't worry, we got this. We'll take the throne for you.
Appreciate the words of encouragement.
Oh, don't make them think that I'm not going to be here. You just won't hear me.
Well, of course not. I mean,
But yeah, no, it has been an absolute privilege to be able to come over here, and it's a really cool setup that the Porter County Career has got going on. So with that being said, here comes Valpo to kick it off to Hammond, and let's see if Hammond can turn this around.
let's see if they can at least score here before the end of the first half.
And they're going to kick it right up the gut this time, and it's going to be
Good kick
taken
here.
at the 2. Hey, he's got the catch.
back.
He's going to cut back at the 20 and get
And
dropped at
dropped.
the 20.
Just like that.
They were not going to let him get loose that time. Now, you have to wonder here, where does Hammond go from here? What are they looking at? What are they going to come out and do here? Because their game plan has really just not worked out at all for them right now, as they continue to shoot themselves in the foot.
Well, the biggest problem for them has just been the penalties. Obviously, they're able to make those good plays. It's just been the penalties that have been called. And I believe they have more penalties than first downs at this point. So
Right.
you kind of start to look at that and be like, something you can fix here coming up.
And there's a
He's like,
cutback, and he's going to
That
get
was
dropped
Harrington.
at the 11. That's going to be about a 4-yard loss.
So once again, Valpo's defense has been on fire as much as their offense has been.
I have to call out my producer here. How did Ethan come up with that stat and you didn't? More penalties than first downs, really?
I mean, it doesn't take a genius to realize. I mean, we've all been watching the same game here, so safe to
Makes
say,
a good point. And it definitely is surprising as Hammond was coming off with a lot of
Momentum
momentum. That's
Yeah.
what I was looking for.
off that 30-6 win
But,
against South Bend.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go with 4 wide receivers, 3 right, 1 left for Hammond as he's going to start with that. Oh, he's going to roll out right here. Oh,
Running?
he's getting chased. Oh, he
Is
gets
the
it off.
pass
He's going deep,
is
and it's nope.
out
It's
of
going to be out of
bounds.
play.
Swarmed once again by Valpo defenders.
As Jordan Woods gets that one overthrown a little bit here, right over his head. I don't think he was tall enough to jump up and get that one. I don't think that was going to happen. All right, now, do you if you're Hammond, do you continue to go with the with the passing game?
Well, their rushing attack has worked a couple times here, but they are around the 12-yard line of their own field, so I don't think I'd run it here. Go for another long pass, and hopefully you can trick some Valpo defenders like they've had before.
Well, Woods has been under fire pretty much every time he steps back, and we're going 5 wide receivers. Sorry.
Seems like he's been double-teamed, sometimes triple-teamed.
And it looks like we're going to call a timeout on Hammond.
Rightfully so. They need one to regroup themselves here and try to get on the board here. The second quarter, 8:13 left.
So, yeah, you just heard the recap here. We still got a ways to go in this game. And right now it is every bit of a 4-possession game. Because even with the 2-point conversions, even if Hammond were to really turn it around right now and get a couple of 2-point conversions, you're looking at 24 points for 3 possessions. So it's a 4-possession game right now, which just makes it really rough because that's going to give this Valparaiso defense the ability to just kind of sit back and rush the quarterback.
Well, let's look at all the times Valpo has scored here so far. Davis with 2 of those touchdowns to his name, for sure with the pick 6. And Clardy with the other rushing touchdown. That was the second of the game there. That was 15-0. It is now 29-0 in the second. And Hammond Central with no answers.
Now, in my opinion, I think that they started this game out really leaning on Bernie after coming off that 146-yard game, passing game. But I think at this rate that they should really just start running. They've had so many missed passes, incomplete.
Yeah, he's definitely struggled a bit with accuracy here, and they're going to go with a tight formation. It looks like 2 wide receivers, but they're going to go tight, and we're going to run the option off the right side. He's going to keep it and cut back.
Jordan Woods to the 20, excuse me,
Yeah,
and
he's going to be dropped at the 21-yard line.
4th down regardless.
Now this game is.
Wait a minute. Do we have another one? Oh, maybe not. Okay. Looked like I thought there was another penalty there for a second. The way that the official was moving, I thought there was going to be a penalty, but Hammond's got a lot of people to get on the field yet.
Tyler for sure is down around the 45 to receive the kick.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, but they're still missing 2. There we go. Okay. As we're going to get these special teams set up, like my friend over here said, they're back to receive at the Valparaiso 45. And okay, here we go. So Hammond's going to be set up for the punt here, which I think is a good decision at this point. And a bit of a high snap, but an okay punt. That's going to be
looking to land around the 40, but
yeah, it's going to roll. It's going to take a Hammond roll.
Roll out
Roll out at about the 46-yard line. So the Vikings are going to start out on their own 46-yard line. Really good field position. And let's see if they can continue this onslaught of offense here.
Let's see if Hammond Central can get a stop here. They've been steamrolled almost here on the defensive end, except for besides that interception by Woods.
If you're looking for a stop from Hammond, you're most likely going to get it from Bailey Hanna, number 11. He had 8 tackles last game. Led in that category along with Woods, Deshaun Woods.
Okay, and there's going to be the option.
Here's
He's going
a
to
run
keep
by.
it cut up the middle.
There he
and
goes.
He is out. Going to be down at out, I should say, at about the 24-yard line.
That was Justin Clark there on his first carry of the night.
I believe there was a penalty on the field. At about the 46-yard line, right on the line, which could be offsides.
Is it against Hammond Central once again?
Can't
Doesn't
tell.
look like it.
No,
but
they're coming back. That's got to be
They
on
are.
Valpo.
looks like it, and it is. Yep.
Yep, it's going to be holding. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty against Valpo. It's one of the few times that I can say tonight that
Valpo got a call on them.
yeah,
I was
this
gonna say,
one of
majority has been all Hammond Central, and seems like a long time since Valpo's been called for anything.
It's one of the first times that I would say Outlaw really needs to help out the home team tonight. All right, here we go. We're going to set it up at about the 20 or about the 35, and it's going to be a wide receiver screen. He's down
There he
out to the
goes,
40.
getting a couple yards. He was still
Oh,
up there
he's
for a
going to
second.
break the tackle and then be down at the 44.
That was Daryl Davis, the tight end.
That was a tight end screen.
That's
Look at
right.
that.
Pretty decent run there.
All right, so now you're looking at about 2nd and 12 on about an 8-yard gain on the tight end screen. And here goes Valpo.
2nd and 12 coming
They're
up.
set
here.
up again.
About 7 minutes left.
And it's going to be an option. He's
goes
going
the
to flip
run.
it. He's going to be out to the 50
And
and down
gets
at
caught
about the 45 and a half, 46-yard line of Hammond. On a really nice option off the right side there.
And they've been working all night, of course.
So we're looking at 3rd and 2 for Valpo. My guess is going to be a run up the gut here.
And it's been
That's-
working all night, so I definitely could see it coming here as well. Or maybe a trick play.
Thinking maybe Clardy.
Justin Clark is the quarterback out there right now. Here comes the run. And
Oh, I don't think he got it. I think he was
I
short.
think he was
Yeah.
right there.
He's about a half a yard short.
That was
And home.
looked to be Jacob
Who just
Clardy.
went up the middle? I
Was Jacob-
believe he said that was Jacob Clardy up the
I
middle.
did say that.
Good predictions out here.
You're not the only one that can do it.
Taking your job,
Oh,
man.
and they're going to do a
And-
quarterback sneak, and that's not a sneak. He's going to run about 7 yards. No, he's still,
Still up. Still going, carrying the pile with them.
He-
How about that?
Definitely.
We've seen that a couple times here by the Valpo offense.
That's some hard running there as he continued to pull that pile for about a good another 7 yards. As we're going to be, it's going to be a first down of Valparaiso. It's going to start this set of downs at a 32.
We've seen carrying piles a lot here by the Valpo offense.
All right, so we're going to set up with the trips left,
First down.
and he's going to.
Here's Clark.
Oh, we've got a penalty on the play, and I believe it's going to be a false start down here on the wide receiver. I think he twitched right before. Yep, they're going to call him for a legal shift.
Second. That was the
Yeah.
second Valpo penalty of this possession.
Yep, that's going to push him back just a little bit.
Illegal shift against the Vikings.
And it is against the Vikings. Illegal shift.
All right, so that's going to put us at. Oh, where's that going to put us at? Right about the 36-yard line. So we're going to start with trips left and the 4th wide receiver up on the top there, on the top of your screen.
So first down at 15.
And we're
Here's
going to
Clark.
go with that
Pass is
screen
caught.
again, and he's got nowhere to
And
go.
pretty much gets swallowed right there.
That was diagnosed
Rocco
very
Machichi,
well.
the
Very
senior.
well by Deshaun Woods there with the diagnosis of that play. Saw that coming a mile away. 2nd and 15 from the 38-yard line of Hammond.
And as we wind down the first half here, you kind of start to wonder, what is Hammond Central's plans here for the second half?
All right, here we go. Clark back to take this snap, and it's going to be an option, and he's going to take it off the right side.
And here goes
He's going to
Clark.
cut back and be dropped at about the 30-yard line.
How about Clark's runs here tonight?
Yeah,
Definitely been helping here, especially here late in the second quarter.
that's going to be a gain of about 8 for Clark there.
3rd and 9 for Valpo.
We're looking at 3rd and 8 from the 31-yard line. Now the question is if we don't get this here, if you don't pick up this 8 yards, do you bring on the kicker? Can he kick it that far?
Well, with it being 29-0, I'd definitely go for the kick.
You know, drop back to pass. He's going to
Here's
plant
Clark,
that foot and
looking
throw it
for
deep
long
into the
pass.
end zone.
It is
It
caught.
Oh, it's caught in
Touchdown.
the end zone for another Valparaiso
That was
touchdown.
Rocco Machichi for 6. Machichi.
Right over the hands of the Hammond defender. What a catch in the end zone for Valparaiso.
He was surrounded by Hammond Central defenders.
And we're gonna
What
that's gonna
catch.
that's gonna move the score to 35-0 with 4:10 left in this quarter.
But you got to give Clark credit, though, too, because that throw was thread the needle throw, and he got it.
He dropped it in there right over the top. Okay. They're going
the
to
kick.
set up for the point after here. There's the snap, the kick, and it's good.
Make that 36-0 here with 4:10 left in the second quarter.
In this game, this Valparaiso onslaught, I dare say that they are really skinning the Wolves here. I know, almost pillaging this this Wolves line, and it doesn't seem like it's going to let up here.
Vikings are definitely living up to their name, and I can't find anything on Rocco Machichi either, but he's been very good here in the second quarter. That catch was super well handled.
That was incredible concentration to be able to watch that ball all the way in like that over the outstretched hands of the defenders. That's incredibly hard to see as the ball's coming down, and to be able to concentrate like that is quite impressive.
And this Viking squad really showing off their full ability here tonight. They were trying to avoid an 0-2 start. That would be, if they somehow lose tonight, they'd be 0-2 for the first time since 2018. They were looking to avoid an 0-2 start.
I got to say that, you know, it's kind of telling. You said you couldn't find stats on Machichi for last week. It's senior night. So you've got you've got a senior stepping up and making some big plays on senior night. He let that one go. That
Jordan
one's going to
Woods
be
drops it.
And
What's
that's
that?
going to be incredibly interesting. I think that's going to be a touchback
Ooh.
because it
Hit
was
the pylon right
fumbled, but I think it went out right as it hit the
It
pylon.
hit the pylon. I kind of start to wonder. I was like, oh, what's the call right there?
Yeah.
But it's a touchback regardless, and
That's going to be a touchback, and Hanover's going to take over at the 20-yard line.
the Wolves looking to score, get something here on the board before the first half is over.
All right. So Hammond, we got 4:10 left in this quarter. And Hammond looking to just try and get some momentum
Comes a
going
run.
in. And he's
And it's
got
dropped.
nowhere to go. As that
There's
Valparaiso
Deshaun
line,
Woods.
Valparaiso line just stood him up.
Stop was made by Jonah Kyle along with Zachary Brown. No gain, 2nd and 10 for Hammond.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line.
What a redemption game here by the Vikings, especially here in the first half. 36 points scored here. Their offense, defense, been killing it here tonight.
All right, here comes Hammond setting up in that pistol. With the tight formation,
Here's the snap.
it's going to be play action. He's
Here's the
going
long
deep.
Throw. Pass is
And it's going to be
picked off.
intercepted.
Intercepted. That's Sammy
Okay,
Epilotis.
I was to say, come up with that name.
I was right on my tongue. It was right there. What
That's
a
gonna be Sammy.
interception.
Yeah, I think you might have got that name right.
Believe so. I tried. What an interception, and once again, I believe that is the second or third interception of the night here for the Vikings.
That was a really nice read. We looks like we've got somebody down on the field here, so we're going to step away for just a second, and we will be back in just a second. Okay, we are back. All right, so we've got Valparaiso taking over at the Hammond 45-yard line after that interception. All right, let's see what we've got. Oh, a man in motion to the left here. Looks like the tight end. It's going to be a snap and a handoff right up the gut.
The run.
And that's going to be gain of about 3.
Thomas Berta.
For Thomas Berta. Okay.
The running back. So.
Is that the first time we've heard him tonight?
I believe so. It's been Clark. It's been this. So Berta with his first carry of the night.
Speaking of carries, Travis Davis has been amazing tonight, and I'm hoping that he can keep up his incredible performance in the second half.
Okay, here we go. We're going to go 2 wide receivers down here on the bottom of your screen, and it's going to be an option.
There is a run by
Clark.
Clark,
With a nice spin and going to be dropped at the 36.
A little short of the first down, but very close. And it's third down.
As we've got, this clock is ticking down here in this second quarter, and it is 36-0.
What a
Valpo.
redemption game so far for the Vikings.
As we look forward to halftime here in a couple minutes with the Vikettes. Oh, he stumbled off the handoff there.
But I think it's still a first down here.
And that's going to be, it looks like he's short.
And he
looks
is
like
short.
we're going to be
Fourth
fourth
down.
and 1.
Gonna go
And
for
they're
it.
going to do a quarterback sneak, and they're going to push the line, and he's got the first down as he falls over the line.
And you guessed it, it was Clark.
Tackles made by Jamal Morris along with
So we're looking at 1:59 left as this time starts ticking down here. We'll see if Valparaiso can get in the end zone one more time. All right, so we got 3 wide. We've got the quarterback back in the shotgun. He's going to take
Clark
that snap
with
and
the
plant that back foot. He's
Here's
going
the throw.
deep.
The pass
and it is, it's
thrown behind him, but still almost caught it
just
there.
missed that one as he brought it back to his back shoulder, but couldn't quite hang on.
The pass was to Daryl Davis, the tight end. He thought, he was like, I was so close to grabbing onto it, but just couldn't, and it's second down.
All right, so we're going to go 2nd and 10 from the 34 as Valparaiso brings their play in. And we're going to go with 4 wide receivers set here. Let's see if they're going to draw up the middle as they spread them a little thin along the line.
Clark.
Nope. And there's the quarterback
Clark
draw
with
up the
run.
middle.
Still getting some, and down.
He's going to be dropped at the 29-yard line.
Give him about maybe 5-6 yards on that.
Yeah, about 5 yards. That's my guess. So we're looking at about
3rd and 5.
About 3rd and 5, yep. 3rd and 5 from the 30. Okay, so now we're going back to that 3 wide receiver set that Valpo has had quite a bit of success with tonight. See if they run off the left side here. No, he's going to drop back
Clark.
to pass. He's going
Looking.
deep.
Pass.
And he's got him
And
open.
it's
Oh,
overthrown
right over the
just a
top.
bit.
Right over the top of
That
him.
was to Cameron Danzy. It looked like he was about to catch that, but it was overthrown.
That
It's
was
4th and 5.
It was a nice route by Danzy there. That was, he did a nice job getting open, just barely overthrown.
That would have been an amazing throw and catch there if it had connected.
Well, it had the makings of being a real nice throw.
Only got about a minute left here before halftime.
And so now we're going to see, it's 4th and 5. So my guess is a run here. I don't think they're going to
Go for it here.
And it's going
And
to
it
be
is.
an option.
It's Clark.
He's going to hold on to it, break the
Got held
tackle,
there for a second,
cut
but he's
back
still
at the
going.
25. He's
And
down at the
looks
24.
like a first down. How about that run by Clark?
That's going to be a Valparaiso first down.
And keep moving the chains here with less than a minute here to go in the first half.
We've got 50 seconds left in this game. Again, in this game. At this point, I think Hammond would appreciate it if it was left in the game here. But all right, so we got.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, it's at this point you're looking for any type of momentum you can get. Right now, if I'm Hammond, I'm looking. I want to try and stop these guys and keep them from getting in that end zone one more time before the half and try and build off of that. There seems to be some confusion on the Valparaiso defense. I think I'm counting 10 players. Yes, I'm counting 10 players on the Valparaiso defense right now. And it's going to be a timeout from Valpo because they were one man short.
So my correction on that last play was turnover on downs on that play.
Person you've seen running and passing the ball out this quarter is Justin Clark, and he didn't have a great game their last outing, and I'm sure he's very happy to be playing as well as he is right now.
You are right. Yeah, it was a turnover on downs. I didn't realize that they had switched.
Yeah, we both called a first down there, but
Yeah,
it
it
wasn't
looked
a
like you
first down,
Looked
turns
like you
out.
had it. I'd say go to the replay, but it's high school. We don't have replay. So we just have to take it with what they
It's
say.
all right. We'll recover from it.
That's right. I don't think that Valparaiso's really going to complain. It's
I know
30
I wouldn't. If I'm up 36 to nothing here in the 50 seconds left
Yes.
in the first half, I know I wouldn't be.
Now here's the question. If you're Hammond, do you just try and run out the clock, go into halftime and kind of try and fix some things?
Well, with the way that Valpo's been with their defense, I think it's better off with running out the clock. There's nothing wrong with going for trying to get a couple points or a touchdown here, but
They're
the way
going
this
4
Valpo
wide.
defense has been, though, you
They're-
definitely don't want them to get the ball here again.
No, they're going 4 wide. Let's see what Hammond does coming out. And it's a play action, and
Throws it.
it looked like he just spiked it into the ground there when he was under pressure.
Once
Piggybacking
again.
off of what you said, I don't think the players want to go to halftime. Coach is not very
Yeah,
happy with them.
they may not. You may have a really good point. If I'm him, maybe I don't want to go to halftime. Maybe they want to stick around and watch the Vikings as they get ready to take the field here in 47 seconds.
Perhaps.
Say, Coach, man, we don't want to talk to you.
Going back to what he was saying, though, earlier, Clark definitely have a
There's a fumble.
bobbled pat. Or
Fumble on the snap.
that snap was bobbled there for a second.
You
He was
know,
going backwards.
what's crazy about that is they had the snap issues earlier, and it kind of started to settle itself down. But now you're seeing it rear its head again.
Going back to what Jayden said, though, earlier, Clark was 2 for 8 last week for 18 yards. And as for rushing-wise, he had 5 carries for 28 yards. And this game is definitely that redemption game. I think it's safe to say that's the redemption game for everybody here in Valparaiso.
Yes.
So
I believe so.
definitely
I see
what
Clark.
a show. And
And
another,
another bad snap right over his head,
He's
and
going
he's
back
going to
even
be
further.
dropped at the 3. I think he's just going to say,
He
let's
is
just
not
run this
happy.
out. So,
Hammond looking to run it out. I know I would.
and that's going to be the end of the first half here. So, as we go into halftime, it is 36-0 Valparaiso. And stay with us as you will see the Valparaiso Vikings take the field here, led by their senior on senior night, Brianna Withel. Stay with us.
Welcome back here in Valparaiso, Indiana. Here for some second half action here in a little bit. Score 36-0. The Vikings have been crushing the Wolves. So, the first half was definitely something else, but my friend Jaden here got some stats from Sam B from the Times. What do you got for us?
Yeah, man, some of the bigger stats would be that Travis Davis so far in this game for the Valpo, he has 6 carries on 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's playing the best football that he will probably be playing for a little while, but hopefully he can replicate that every game. And another notable performance, not in a good way, however, has been Brandon Burney, who's 2 for 9 currently on 23 yards for Hammond, unfortunately.
So we're back here with the second half of action. I believe Hammond Central will receive the ball to begin the second half. So how about that first half? That was definitely something else from Valpo. What did you learn from Valpo in that first half?
I mean, honestly, I learned that they're really dedicated to coming back, and it's pretty inspiring to watch how they can come back from such a tremendous loss to something that's so big.
Well, that 35-6 loss was definitely something to ponder about, but about a week later, 36-0 here to begin the second half, and you're just kind of like, oh, what last week lost?
Yep, you got to respect it.
And they're looking most likely to start out the season 1-1 to begin the season.
They definitely want to come back after that loss, and this is a great way to do it.
So Hammond Central will receive the ball to begin the second half. What has been a one-team show here.
HSAA rules, the second half will operate
As you can hear the
clock.
PA talking about how soon we're starting.
What he's telling you is what you're hearing the PA announcer say is under IHSAA rules, because the score is what it is, it's what's called a running clock. And what that means is where normally the clock would stop on out of bounds and plays like that, the clock will continue to run.
You know, that might be good for momentum.
Thank you very much. And the Wood brothers have it to receive here after the kickoff.
This game is going to look great on their yardage average, but not on the team's score.
And so, Central will begin possession here.
And the kickoff's coming right now.
Here we go, kicking off. It's Jordan Woods.
By Jordan Woods.
And Jordan Woods finds an opening, finds another one, still on his feet, and down around the 30.
Breaking tackles like crazy.
So the
Really
clock
fun.
will run down here because of the slaughter rule, as was previously mentioned about a minute ago.
Really fun to watch these guys play.
Scores around the league presented by yours truly. Michigan City's down by 8 right now against Lafayette Jefferson Broncos. As there's in the first half, or I believe the second half, in that game.
Another thing to note about this game, Valpo has 188 rushing yards.
And that is way more. That's more than they had last game. About 50 more to be precise. Another bad snap, and he's going all the way back. He has no choice but to slide. Yeah. And that's I believe the second time that's happened.
And that's about the 5th.
That's a bad way to start out this second half in what's already been a very brutal game.
That's actually the 3rd bad snap in a row.
My
That's
apologies.
The 3rd time
that's
that
right.
it's gone over
I remember because the end of the first half.
Yep.
It was the end of the first half, and he was about ready just to say, forget this, let's just go to the locker room. Like what I said there?
Yes.
Anyways, Michigan City's down right now. Has a chance to be 0-2 to start out their season.
I wasn't able to get Justin Clark's rushing yards, but just on passing, he has 36.
Laporte and Lowell, meanwhile, have a more interesting game than this. 14-7. Lowell is leading Laporte. Here's a run. It doesn't get nowhere.
That's really kind of an amazing score for Lowell after the beating they took last week at the hands of Crown Point, where they got shut out 42-0.
Crown Point really let them have it that last game there. And speaking of Crown Point, They play Andrean tonight, and it's at Andrean. Trying to get the score up for them. There's no score according to the website here, but we'll get back to you shortly about that.
Another bad
snap.
snap. That one's going out.
That's a safety.
Yep, that's going to be a safety as it goes out of the back of the
And
end
2
zone.
plus points make it 38-0. And Valpo ball just like that. A bad snap. Kind of reminds me of
Fourth one in a row.
the Super Bowl between the Broncos and Seahawks to begin the game.
You make a good point.
Hammond will have a free kick from the 20.
Really hard. I'm assuming their coach really had some choice words, and yet they still can't pick it up here in the second half. Really rough start to the second and the first half.
Penn that took care of Valpo last week is destroying Portage 31-6. So we definitely know Penn is no joke this year.
No, absolutely not. They're definitely a team to be looking forward to.
And Portage destroyed Hammond Morton 46-27 last week in their home opener. That tells you a lot about Penn, and their sky's the limit for them.
The crowd here is
They're really enjoying what they're
they
seeing here
are
tonight.
loving it.
What an amazing comeback game. Well, not really a comeback. Well, I guess you could say comeback from last game, redemption-wise.
Berta's back there.
I haven't heard a single lull in the crowd. Every play the Valpo's made, they've been
It's been
cheering.
awesome.
It's such an electric.
Maryville, that was 1-0 last
environment
week.
here.
They beat Andrean. They're leading 10-7 against Hobart at the Brickyard.
Comes the kickoff.
After
Short
that safety, it's caught, and there he goes. Down
Looked
to
like he
around
got
the
hit by his
48.
own teammate.
I believe so. I was gonna say. It looks like he
13.
got.
Keegan Begley
13 ran into him. Kind of made him stumble a little bit.
I'd say so.
And Quentin Stewart be first and 10 for the Vikings.
Lake Central does not have a score here against Providence Catholic. We'll get back to you with that score.
Talk about not having a score. They came in with a lot of momentum and they just fell apart.
They really did. Hammond Central really went 30-6 to 38-0. As a run up the middle gets a good amount of yards here, but Hammond Central,
carried up the
a
middle.
lot to talk to after this game.
Stopped
What
by
went
Kerry
wrong
and
this
Brown
game? And
and
I'll tell you what it
LeBron
was.
Hill.
It was just Valpo's momentum. Everything was clicking. Running game, passing game. Even though the interception by Jordan Woods was a little bit of a step back. Obviously, it didn't matter in the grand scheme of things as it's 38-0 here. Regardless,
There's the
it's
snap.
a first down. And here's Clark. Tosses
Clark
it
running
right
it off
to
to
4. Flag.
Thomas Berta around
That was
right
Berta
in.
with the run there.
Back on what you were saying about interceptions, that pick six that you saw earlier from Tyler Verschure was a 31-yard
Jamal Morris
touchdown.
made the stop.
And, obviously before he crossed the end zone, he crossed over a man.
He did.
The man fell over.
I went to middle school with him. He is a speed
Flag on
demon.
the field. Illegal procedure against the Vikings.
So this is against the Vikings here.
It's nice to see
As time continues
flags
to tick off,
evening out.
and the time continues to tick here in the third quarter of action.
Again, all these penalties. If you ever get a penalty, don't forget to call up At Law. They can definitely help you with that. So right now we're waiting for play clock to start again. And you can see the Hammond players look disheveled, to say the least.
They look
tired.
flabbergasted, as they say. Here's a run
Clark
by Clark, and Clark
running it.
is going to
Almost
get a
broke
good
that
amount
tackle.
of yardage.
Justin Clark on the
And a
quarterback keeper
first
around
down
left
for
end.
Valpo. Continuing
Fair
to
notice. Baron Owens ran him out of bounds.
pound
First and 10 for the
these
Vikings.
Wolves.
He's been really good this
These
game.
Wolves have been tamed here tonight. Someone had to say it.
Someone did have to say it. I agree. Jacob Clardy for the Vikings has also had 3 carries on 13 yards and a touchdown with
Holding
those 13
against the
yards.
Vikings.
Clardy was the second rushing touchdown, in case you didn't know. That
Nice.
made the score 15-0 earlier on.
First and 10 for Valpo.
Outlaw getting her name out there a little bit more.
Even more than the first half. Well, hopefully not, but they might.
More than the first half for the home team, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
4:23 left here in the third quarter.
I was just about to mention that if you're just joining us, we're almost finished with the third
You're
quarter.
coming back from what was that first half. Not much has changed except for the safety.
38-0. Hammond's really hoping to turn it around as quick as possible.
Hammond's just looking to either get a quick score or get out of here. At least a score here would be okay for them. Regardless, it's a good pass. It's to Clark. Pass is caught
Bullet.
to the 30.
What a dot.
Justin Clark's pass
17.
complete
To
to
Connor
McCall.
McCall.
First
Inside
down,
end.
Valpo.
From Justin Clark, who
McCall will get them a first down here.
in the first half had a lot of running
Stop
yards,
is made by
but also had
Jeremiah
36
Kipper.
passing yards.
I believe that was McCall's first reception of the day. He had a reception for 17 yards in last game against Penn. He was actually the leading receiver of that game. Here's a run by Clark. Gets a good amount of
Justin Clark
yards.
off
and
right tackle.
close to a first.
Stopped by Jeremiah Ruth.
Nice to see the
Second
Hammond defense
and
picking it
2
up.
for the Vikings.
I'm sure they're all not excited to be at practice tomorrow.
You got to imagine the conversations. Probably a lot of things will be said. Hopefully corrected here. And Clark up the middle.
What a
still
run.
on his feet in the red zone.
What a run.
For first and
Huge,
goal.
huge yardage.
You know, we've talked about Davis and everything, but how about Clark? Clark has been an underrated gem
Mason
here in this
Adams
game.
is the ball carrier
Really has
for the
been.
Vikings.
And that amazing throw.
Stop
Really
was
says
made
it
by
here.
Quentin Stewart. It is another Valpo first down.
I believe that throw was to Danzy or Daryl Davis, one of the two, earlier on.
Rocco Machichi, he had only 2 catches in the first half and managed to pick up a touchdown and 36
But they were
yards.
big ones, and here's a run for the touchdown. Thomas Berta. And the Vikings are really feeling it here.
For another Valparaiso touchdown.
I believe that is the 4th rushing touchdown of the night for the Vikings.
Drayton
Fourth.
Wilcox on to attempt the extra point.
So we approach
The holder
2
is
minutes
What
here.
a game.
What a game for the Vikings.
Connor
Yeah.
McCall.
What a game in general.
It's
It's
just
so fun to
really
watch.
took off here after that. Great. You know, you start to kind of look at that 4th and 1 play, because I feel like ever since that play, they've been off. Here's the kick. There's a flag on that
Flag,
play.
but it would have been good.
See who it's on. You know, we haven't heard a penalty against Hammond
Offsides
Central in a little bit.
against Hammond Central.
We really haven't.
Oh,
And it is
never
Hammond
mind,
Central.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Jinxing him.
Yeah.
My brother's got to pick it up.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean not getting called for a penalty about 1,000 times, I'd say. Had a streak there.
And Ethan actually brought up a great point earlier. They really did have more penalties than
This one, even though it jumps out, that is still good. 45-0 as we approach the end of the
Drayton
third
Wilcox
quarter
kick
coming
is
up.
good. Scores Valparaiso 45, Hammond Central 0.
52 seconds left in the third.
Oh, what more can you say about the game besides Valpo's amazing performance?
Nothing really. I mean,
There's not much to say, pretty much.
this has just been a complete shutout, and it's been fun to watch, honestly.
If you're a Vikings fan, this has been a really
Great
good
night.
game. If you're a Central fan, you can only hope they can bounce back next week.
You know, like I said earlier, folks, if you get a chance, give us a comment on the YouTube or on our Facebook page for the new PC3 and let us know what you think. As like I said, there's going to be a whole lot of interesting things to come for these kids. Most of them don't even know what's about to hit them, but as we're going to continue to improve from week to week with our football games and our live streams, and like I said, there may be some big surprises on the horizon, so stay tuned, folks.
Yep, and don't forget to check out the Friday show every week.
We uploaded one earlier today. It was the 3rd installment of the series. Check that out if you have any free time. As for scores around the league, presented by yours truly.
And here's
Michigan
the kickoff.
City is down 15 right now to Lafayette Jefferson. Broncos 36-21 there.
It's another nice kick by the Valpo special teams. You see the defense coming out. They're hoping to keep it locked down as they have throughout this game.
Laporte and Lowell still at 14-7. Lowell still leads that game.
Game clock has officially passed playtime.
At their own 35-yard line.
Question is
Play clock.
are they going to go for a play here or let the time run out? I don't think there'll be much of a difference, but we'll see.
Seems like they're thinking about it.
Looking like they're just going to hold it there. 5-4, 3-2-1, and that wraps up the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter.
A safety and a touchdown for the Vikings.
Let's see in the quarter number
So,
three.
Join us as we celebrate a little Sweet Caroline here.
welcome back from Sweet Caroline. Ding, ding, ding. Here's the pass, and it's way overthrown. Looks like he was throwing it to that defender right there. After a nice little thing of Sweet Caroline, it's been a sweet game here for
Nice
the
little
Vikings.
tidbit. Always a classic.
Killed it. Killed it with that joke.
No, yeah, it was. No, that's like a thing.
This
Also not going to get us penalized, so.
As you can see here, I'm not sure if the live stream can see it, but there is a sea of green on the side of the field.
It does appear to look like that for sure. Look at the bottom of your screen there if you can.
It's definitely
Right
something interesting.
mid-center field here to start out. Or for the second down, my apologies. Second down here for Hammond Central Wolves.
Definitely looking to raise this score. See Deshaun Woods getting frustrated.
Here's the pass. Pass
Little high.
is-
Ooh.
Almost looked like he could have caught it there, but
Real
doesn't.
close.
Third down coming up.
Looks like we were having an Odell Beckham Jr. Almost.
I'd say sort of. I mean,
Tyrese Morris on the coverage on the last pass play.
You can see players on both sides are exhausted. It's been a long, but I'm sure very fun night.
2nd and 10 for Hammond Central.
second down.
It's always fun to suit up.
Excuse me on my last statement. That was a second down. Not a second down on the last play. This is now second down.
All right.
Regardless, bad snap.
Almost another bad snap.
Here comes the run.
That
Right
is
there at the line of
Bernie.
scrimmage.
Gets
Brandon
knocked,
Bernie on the
yep,
quarterback
right at the line
keeper.
of scrimmage. As you can see the defensive
Tackles
players
made
rushing
by
out.
Tyrese Morris.
Subs.
3rd and 9.
The 51. Or 50. 50.
So they did gain a yard after all. It's 3rd and 9.
Lining up. And there's the snap. Another bad one.
bad snap.
Wow, this has
I believe in
been a bad night.
the last 5 snaps they've had like I'm trying to think.
Hakeem
3
Arctic
out of their
calls
5
on
last
the
snaps have been bad
fumble.
ones.
Last 2 have hit the floor.
The other one was a safety.
13
Couple
for the
plays
Wolves.
in the third quarter to begin.
Hopefully,
Start to kind of wonder what the situation of that will be.
hopefully at this rate, some of the later strings can get some playtime in.
4th down coming up. Looking to get something here. Maybe a score, maybe a first. Here's
Throw
the pass.
by
It's
Burton.
thrown, overthrown.
Oh, good.
Brandon Burney's pass incomplete,
Been
intended for
overthrown
Jordan
a
Woods.
lot tonight,
See all the
but it is turnover on downs.
The ball will go over on down
And they
for the
will have
Vikings.
good
First and
field
10.
position to begin.
all the Hammond players are walking.
Yeah, if you look at the body language of the Hammond players right now, I'm thinking that they just want this to be over.
Well, they just definitely need to regroup themselves for next week for sure.
I think
It's not the end of the world, but you definitely don't want to keep doing this every week.
no, you're absolutely right. And I think at halftime they had already decided
So
they were
Hammond
just looking
Central is
forward
going to
the
be
next
1-1. They go up against South Bend Clay.
breaking
next
tackles,
Friday.
and he goes down, getting about 6 yards.
That will be
Andrew
their
Alcorn on the
next week
quarterback
against
keeper.
South Bend Clay. That'll be their home opener.
Now there is a flag on the field.
Flag was called. Don't know who it's against though yet.
Another
But
flag.
it was after the play. Makes you kind of wonder, maybe one of the players were frustrated. And it looks like it.
Face mask against Hammond Central.
That's a face mask against Hammond Central.
Is that
they're
10
going
or
deep.
15?
It'd be first and 10 for the Vikings
I believe maybe about 15?
All right.
at the Hammond 27.
7 minutes
Moving
left
all the way up to the
in what has
27.
been a shutout, blowout, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it, it has not been fun for Hammond.
It really hasn't.
Like I was saying earlier, I'm sure at halftime they were already just looking forward to the next one.
And even though this game
Comes
didn't
the
show
snap.
it, there's still a lot of good talent for Hammond Central. As
Ooh,
that
and
pass
it's
was
dropped.
dropped.
Complete.
You know, Valpo came into this game looking to rebound from that big game last week, or that big loss last week. That they've shown that you can rebound. So maybe Hammond can rebound next week.
The drop was from Ian Perez. But going back to what you're saying, I totally agree. And you know what? Even though the outcome is bad, though, tonight, Hammond Central has a lot of good talent on that team. The Wood brothers are definitely a duo to look out for other teams.
Absolutely, but just seems like the
Valpo
Valpo
got
defense
the
hadn't
best of
figured
them.
out.
Valpo did get the best of them, though, tonight.
They hadn't
Maybe
figured
other
out.
teams will look at the tape and will know that as well. At the 32-yard line.
Lining up
Second
for the
and
snap.
15. Second down. High snap. Here's the run. Doesn't get a whole lot, but does get
Andrew
some.
Alcorn up the middle.
And 12 looks like he was limping there after
Tackle
that
was
play.
made by Earl
That was
West.
for Hammond Central. He's going on the sideline, top of your screen. We have another Hammond Central down as well. 84.
And the referees look tired. It's late, but it is a beautiful night here in Valparaiso,
It
Indiana.
really is.
I hope the camera does it some justice.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Everyone's just huddled up. It looks like there might be an injury.
There was, and I believe that was 87.
That's always sad to see. Hopefully he doesn't miss too many games. Hopefully he can get right back on the field.
It always sucks to see a player down.
It definitely
It
does.
definitely does, and you just wish for the best for him.
He's limping pretty heavy.
Excuse me, that was 84. My apologies. Not 87.
The 84 walked off the field by the trainers. Here at PC3 Media, we wish him a happy recovery, healthy, and fast
Happy
recovery.
and healthy.
Yes, he can be both.
Absolutely. Oh, stepped over. 52 stepped over. It's a good thing. It's central.
Another one.
Offside. Against the wall.
All these penalties, again, reminding me of Outlaw. Make sure to give them a call if you are ever in any trouble.
2nd and 9 for the Vikings.
That is your first game, and I changed how we shoot that camera. They've never done that before.
Oh. There's another down.
Another good run here.
I believe that was the first down.
And the chains keep moving.
Colin Langley was the ball carrier.
Heard a snap there in the background.
That would be our teacher chugging down a Coca-Cola.
I know I would right now with
Not
the score,
sponsored.
45-0. Yes, we are not sponsored. Don't
Just
even
for
bring it up.
clarification, that was not me.
Do not bring it up even.
That would be our other teacher. There's the snap. Stuck. And he's down. I believe that was a gainage of 1, maybe 2.
I'm legitimately not just saying this is a really good. We're going to do more. We need to add more graphics.
After that down, we're looking to see
I think
what
Andrew
the Valpo
Alcorn was
offense
the ball
is looking to do next. And as you may have heard the PA, Andrew Alcorn was the ball handler on that. We haven't seen too much from him, but he
Maybe
definitely in the fourth quarter has come to life.
Maybe Valpo will go for 50 here.
I'm sure they're hoping to hit 50, but Hammond does not want that to happen, I can tell you that. The run. Ooh, almost gets in. I don't think he was in.
close. I don't think they're going to. He's
Mason
just
Adams
short
carried
there.
the ball for the
It's
Vikings.
first and goal. Coming up, it's
That
the
is
post-game
not a
show
touchdown.
presented by yours truly. We'll have scores, stats, and highlights around Northwest Indiana and this game here on the post-game show.
Make sure not to miss
Coming
it.
up. That post-game show will be presented
Jacob
by
Moore on the
JJ's
quarterback
Pizza.
sneak
And speaking of
for the
that, a
Viking
touchdown.
And there's another Valparaiso touchdown.
They hit that 50 mark.
That puts Valpo at 51, as you can hear the tunes of victory. Sorry about that. And they will be kicking.
Another rushing touchdown.
They will be kicking to get that extra point. Put them at that threshold of 52, and it's good.
52
Kick is good.
Nice kick. He's been a solid kicker the whole game.
52, Hammond Central 0.
Valpo had 233 yards in the first half. That was really impressive, and I'm sure that they've added on to that number significantly here in the second half. I'm sure that they're
with
wanting-
about 2 minutes left, I think it's about that time to mention our player of the game. Who do you got?
Honestly, I think it's Travis Davis. He was incredible in the first half. He got 2 touchdowns secured for Valparaiso. How about you?
I have to agree with you, but if I really had to be truthfully honest here, I think it was a team effort. It really was. I feel like everybody was pretty much player of the game. But I do agree with you, though. Davis was the ringleader of it.
How could you've got to put Clark in the mix?
And Clark, too, for sure.
You definitely have to put Clark in the mix with the way that he had a couple nice passes, but he had some really nice runs up the middle.
Agreed. He was incredible this game. It was really nice to see him get some extra minutes in the final part of this game.
And just as a as an honorable mention here is you do have to mention the effort that you saw out of both Woods boys no relation, as we figured out.
All three of them.
Yes, all three of them.
Including one up in the booth.
Yes, I got to say our Woods, our player of the game is probably our Woods. We'll
Our
go with
Woods
that one.
right here.
Announcer of the game for sure.
Hey, wait a minute.
As they say, look at Woods. So inspirational. Kickoff. Going to Hammond Central.
Gonna be caught by, I believe that's Deshaun Woods. Running.
You're right.
And he
Deshaun
gets
Woods.
stopped. I
Spent
believe
there
that
for a
was
second.
56.
He did a whole
with
revolution
the tackle.
Okay, now here's the other question. You just did the players of the game, okay? Which I guess we didn't really come up with a consensus there. Maybe we all decide that it is the whole Valparaiso team. I mean, it was a pretty impressive effort all the way
There.
around.
This was definitely a team effort. Everybody stepped
Absolutely.
up. I mean,
Now,
everybody
what's
I can
the,
think of made definitely everybody that definitely played for Valpo tonight made a play for sure. They definitely had their highlight of the night.
now what's the, you say that with the highlight. What is the highlight of the night? What's the play that turned
Play
the game
of
for
the-
Valpo?
what is the
Play of the game would have to be the pick 6
Definitely.
by Tyler
I would
for
say
sure.
so. Oh, for sure.
31-yard.
I was gonna agree
touch.
with you right there.
Yeah.
He gets stopped.
I think I'll agree with you on that
Behind the
one.
line
I
of
think the
scrimmage.
play of the game is the pick 6.
I also believe that was the changing point of the game because I feel like as soon
Absolutely.
as that happened, Hammond Central just
Yeah, I think that kind of
I don't
took the
think
air
they came
right
up
out
with
of
a
them.
good play after that.
Yeah.
If it
Knocked
was,
the
it was
wind
always
out.
called back.
Yep.
Regardless, this game was fun to watch, especially for Valpo
And it was
fans.
fun to commentate and be here with my other fellow announcers and the producers.
And you have to give a big shout out to JJ's Pizza for the post game that will be coming up next. With only 40 seconds left.
Because when you think post game, you obviously think JJ's Pizza on your way out. My suggestion would be, well, you probably should have done it about 10, 15 minutes ago. I would have called them ahead of time in order to pick up that pizza on the way home after a great win like this. I'm sure some of the Valpo players are going to be looking for JJ's Pizza right after this.
See all the players lining up.
Looks like they're gonna kneel it. And
Timeout for
timeout for
Valparaiso.
Valpo with 15 seconds left.
Speaking of,
Not sure what the timeout was about, but
maybe they just want to flex a little bit.
perhaps. Maybe they want to be. Maybe they're like, no, the game's not over yet. We don't want it to end.
They were missing a player on the field. The one kid ran on at the last second.
That makes sense.
Thanks for the little bit of insight right there. I hadn't noticed.
Although if it was called, I'm sure it wouldn't make too much of an effect here.
Hey, I'm glad. I mean, I don't think really anybody noticed that I took a step back in the second half and hardly called anything. So
We just kind of took it from there.
I'm very impressed by the two gentlemen that I had joining me tonight.
And I was happy working with you.
We thought coming into this and taking over this program, I can tell you that we really thought that we wanted to make sure that they had a little bit of a safety blanket tonight in case things got a little rough. But I gotta tell you, I'm not worried at all. You guys did a phenomenal job. Hopefully you all at home continue to watch PC3 Sports and continue to support this program. And these gentlemen will take you home the rest of the way for the post-game show brought to you by JJ's Pizza.
Again, don't forget to check out PC3 Media on Facebook and YouTube to see where all of our content is going to be. All of the Friday shows, all of the live streams, and we're really hoping to see all of you at every stream. This game was very fun to watch, don't you think, Ethan?
Oh, for sure. I felt like as soon as Valpo took control, it was over from there. I mean, when you really look at Valpo's game dynamic tonight, it was so much different from that loss from last week against Penn, where it was a very depressing loss for them, 35-6. But this
Yeah.
game just totally stepped on that and said, what last game? We don't remember that happening.
Yeah, this game, hopefully for them, is going to be the turnaround.
It could be the start of a very special season. As for Hammond Central, they'll fall to 1-1. Valpo will go up 1-1 in that Duneland crazy division.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I can't wait to see these either of these teams play again. I'll be checking in on Hammond to see if they can come back from this loss in the coming weeks.
It's definitely possible.
Gotta
Hammond
hope
Central,
so.
as mentioned earlier, has a lot of talent
Especially with the Woods brothers,
that are not
which
related.
I will mention
Semi.
again because they have the same last name as me. Anyways, yes, coming up very soon will be the very next Friday's show. Not very soon, but it'll be in a week.
Make sure to check out the first 3 episodes, though, of the
Yes.
show. Definitely a lot of laughs and a lot of very entertaining segments. Make sure to check out yours truly, everybody that works for ECC.
All right, everybody. Well, we hope that you had an amazing night and that you enjoyed watching the game as much as we did.
Thank you all for watching this presentation of the Vikings game. I'm Ethan Locke,
And I'm Jaden Woods.
and we'll see you next Friday.